We are live. PitchGrounders, we are live on Facebook, on our Facebook group, and our YouTube channel as well. So, where are you joining in from? Let me know in the comment section below. This is the launch webinar of SurveySensum. So, what is SurveySensum? SurveySensum is an all in one customer experience platform that lets you measure and track your key CX metrics in real time. So, let's wait for people to join in. Until then, we will do a 30-second intro.
Okay, so let me give an intro about me first.
So we are back 3, 2, 1, and we have a special guest with us. His name is Tanuj, and he from Team SurveySensum. So Tanuj, why don't you introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us everything that is to know about SurveySensum?
Okay, so let me start first. Thank you so much, Minak, for having me here. It's a pleasure joining PitchGround, like being a community member of such an awesome community. It's so good to be here and launch our product with you guys. So I just to give a brief intro about myself. So I'm Tanuj. I co-founded Neurosensum. We co-founded Neurosensum. I'll give you a little story about that. In 2018 February, and then after like around 6 or 8 months, when Neurosensum started hitting in, we thought about founding SurveySensum, where we figured out there is a problem that's going on in Indonesia. We started everything in Indonesia. When we figured out there is a problem going on, we started working on SurveySensum. About me now, currently at SurveySensum, I even though I'm a co-founder, I do a lot of stuff here, like every co-founder does. But the main part that I focus on is taking care of the product and taking care of the people. People tell us problems, and we have to make sure that we get it delivered inside the product so that we can fix their problems. So this is what we I am all about: understanding customer problems and giving them solutions. In terms of product, SurveySensum is as you mentioned, it's an AI machine learning based customer experience platform. We started everything around the customer experience, and slowly we got so many requests from HR teams. Okay, why don't we use this kind of platform for employee experience as well? And especially during the COVID, like we got a request from a couple of clients which were using us for CX related things, and they said, can we help somehow keep our employees engaged at this time as well? So EX part is also that's coming a bit in terms of with CX and EX, and the other part that is coming in is helping marketing teams in understanding how is the website doing, how is a campaign doing that they are launching, right? So these kind of service, and then we'll slowly move towards product experience as well. Like let's suppose I have a product like a service, and some of you guys have PitchGround, right? So how good is PitchGround? How we are doing? Like every 3 months we are asking an NPS survey that how likely you are to recommend PitchGround to friends and family. And for me, I would always say 10. So it's
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. So this is something that we are customer experience platform. Started with a survey thing, and in my presentation I'll explain you more about what other problems we are solving.
Absolutely. And as I see that there are so many customizable templates that you're offering, as also see the dashboard for response analysis, and you have divided the surveys into three different types. That's CSAT, NPS, and CES, which CSAT means
Absolutely.
customer satisfaction, NPS means net promoter score, and the customer effort scores for CES. Can you tell us about all
Sure.
of this?
Okay, so let's talk about NPS first, okay? And I'll take an example of PitchGround. So PitchGround, you guys have been live for a few years now, and you have been helping so many founders and so many people as well looking for awesome deals, right? So if I ask someone like how likely you are to recommend PitchGround to friends and family, if they say a rating of 9 or 10, that means they are a super promoter of PitchGround. That means they are recommending people. If they say 7 or 8, like they are kind of like passive, so they are here and there, right? And if they are unhappy with you, they will generally say 0 to 6, but I don't feel that anyone would give you 0 to 6. So NPS is about measuring the loyalty, brand loyalty, how loyal are is your brand. So generally it's asked because it's a relationship kind of survey, that how good our relationship is with the brand. So it's generally asked per quarter or per 6 months. It's not like after every transaction it will be asked. And let's talk about CSAT. So CSAT is mostly used for transactional based surveys. So transactional, I would say, uh, how was the new launch of SurveySensum? How is the webinar going on today? If I ask something after a small transaction, it is used as CSAT. So if I give a broader example, everyone has used Uber, right? Like whoever the people, the audience that are listening to us, most of the people have used Uber. So as soon as you use Uber, they ask a question: how was the ride today, right? So that is called a CSAT. That it's a
Okay.
transactional survey. So you'll never ask a NPS there, right? How likely you are
True.
to recommend after every ride, because it
Not at
will
all.
change. A loyalty
Absolutely, it's
cannot
gonna change.
change, right? So this is CSAT. And CES, which is customer effort score, as the name suggests, it started with uh, call centers. So let's suppose I'm go- giving a call to an Airtel or a Verizon, a telephonic brand, right? A SIM card brand. If I give them a call and I wait for like 5 minutes on the queue through the IDR, and then I get connected to an agent. Agent solves my query. So as soon as the agent solves my query, a question comes up on an SMS to me, that how easy was it to get your issue resolved today?
True.
So on a scale of very difficult to easy, so it's customer effort score. So but now it has been used with products as well. That let's suppose we talk about PitchGround. How easy was for SurveySensum to get launched on PitchGround on a scale of 1 to 7? Very difficult to very easy, and I would say very easy, right? So that is how customer effort score is used. It's used into products, it's used into launch, but that is also transactional. Apart from NPS, both of these surveys are generally used as transaction surveys.
Awesome. Awesome. This totally explains the whole concept of, different kind of surveys that companies use to measure and track the analytics and customer, happiness, etc. And
Absolutely.
I think based on these scores, companies get important data that they can use to, make these data-driven decisions, which are crucial for the company. For example, if a customer is if there are like 100 to 200 people constantly rating um, 6 or 7 for customer effort score, then we totally know there's something wrong in that area, something where we should improve by hiring more people or getting a new call center, etc. This totally
So
starting to make sense.
yeah, so customer effort score, yeah, you're right. If it is measured on a scale of 1 to 10, then 6 and 7 is bad. So by default, it is measured on a scale of 1 to 7. So 7
Okay.
means very easy. So 6 and 7 is actually good if we talk about the standard format. But as you mentioned, some people like NPS is 0 to 10 or 1 to 10, right? So some people want to keep their scores uh, like on a similar basis. So if I'm measuring NPS on a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, I want to do the same for customer effort score as well. So that it's easier for me to understand, and we don't have to compare the NPS and customer effort score if it is a 7 rating or a 10 rating. So some companies, like you mentioned, they measure customer effort score on 1 to 10 as well, only for this reason.
Awesome. Very
Yeah.
interesting. And who do you think the survey sensum is for, and as an audience?
As an audience, so the first team, if I would say, if I talk about, is customer experience teams, which actually have these as metrics. So the people who are responsible of voice of the customer data in their company are the actually people using it. So that is number one. And if I talk about a B2B company, then customer success is the team which measures the relationships, right? Which take care of customer support as well. If I talk about B2B, so those people need, because they have NPS, CES, and CSAT as metrics, so they use it. Then I talk about customer support. So like we mentioned, if I give a call to Airtel and they send a survey after that, right? So it's about measuring agent satisfaction or how easy is it to get our issues resolved. So customer support is one team. So these are the three things if I talk about mid to large enterprises. But if I talk about startups, the people who are totally early stage, so they would not have an EX team, oh sorry, a CX team, right? CX team, it comes when the startup is on a growth stage. Generally it comes like that. They have other things to figure out, like marketing, launching the products, right? So generally in these companies, a founder or a product guy or a marketing guy would take care of this stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So I think that's enough of chat that we've had about CES, like NPS, CSAT. I mean, this is very interesting on how deep this can go. So why
absolutely.
don't we, show the presentation for all the people who are watching this webinar?
Sure. Thanks a lot. Just give me a
So for
moment.
people who are watching this webinar, Team SurveySensum has prepared a presentation to explain the product better, to explain all that we are talking right now in a more better fashion.
Okay, let me share my screen. Just let me know when you see it.
Sure. Yes. Guys, can you see the screen? Let us know in the comment section down below. And yes, I can see the screen, and
Okay.
I'll just vanish right now, monitoring the comments and everything. So Tanuj, the stage is yours. Go ahead.
Mm, Thanks a lot. So thank you everyone for giving us the time for this today. So I gave you a little bit brief about SurveySensum. So it's an AI-enabled experience manager measurement platform. So like Minak mentioned, it started with customer experience and then it went into other departments as well: customer experience, marketing, and employee. So what we actually do is measure and improve experience across departments. Customer experience is the one we started with, and then slowly, when other requests came in from the same companies, we went to help with marketing teams, HR teams, and product teams. So that's in a gist what we do. If I talk about our mission, why we actually exist, it's we want to make every feedback actionable. So it's not just about collecting the data, it's about making use of it. What kind of decisions I can make to make my services or product better. So that is the mission we are driving towards. Everything that we do about feedback is related to this mission. If anyone has any questions in the middle, Minan could let me know because I just see my presentation right now.
Absolutely, I'll let you know.
Sure. And the okay, so let me now explain about our how we came to the idea of SurveySensum. So as I told you guys, so we started our company in Indonesia, and there once we were working with various companies who were doing market research. So their market research was still about, in some companies, banking clients specifically, it was about pen and paper surveys. So collecting that data on pen and paper, and then putting that data, punching that data in Excel, and then making and insights from it used to take a lot of time. So if I'm sending a survey today, I'm actually getting the real insights of an aggregated data after 1 month or 1.5 months. So it's a long time for all marketers and customer insights team, that why we take so much long time to get these things ready. So that was the first problem that came into us, that it is everything is going conventional there. Why not move the whole country there to something which is more digital, which is more real time, that you do the survey today and you get the analysis right then and there. So it was popular. If I talk about these digital platforms, they were already popular in different parts of the world, but Indonesia, where we started, there was a gap that we analyzed, that this problem needs to be solved, and we solved it by creating our first platform. The second thing that we went after, because we were working with banking and e-commerce companies. So banking and e-commerce companies receive a lot of data from sources like surveys. If we do an NPS survey, and there are like millions of people using, for example, let's take a bank like Bank of America. So there are millions of people using them. So they keep on sending them surveys every quarter, like an NPS survey. And once we send an NPS surveys, the second question in the NPS survey is, why did you give this rating? It's an open-ended text data. So if you are receiving around 1 million of that data every month, how are you going to analyze it? Minank, are you able to hear me?
Absolutely, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I think we
Yes,
are facing some issues. Is this
I
fine?
can hear you. Yeah, I
Perfect.
can hear you,
Yep.
Minank. Okay, Minank, I have a question for you. I want to make
Yes.
it more interactive, if that's okay, right?
Yes.
So
Totally fine.
I
This is fine.
now let's talk about Uber, for example. Okay, so let's suppose Uber would have around 100 million or maybe 200 million users. What would you say?
Easily, of course.
Easily, right?
Yeah.
And they ask a question of how was the ride today every after every ride, right? And
Yeah.
so, and if I talk about it, after that 5-star rating, you would see something like, why did you give this rating? It's a simple text question. Not everyone fills it, but 20%
True.
people do. So
So
those
that's
20,
around 20 million people.
absolutely, every month, if I talk about it. So if million people are giving you a text response, how will you analyze it? What do you think, Pinak?
Um, See, if it's like a smaller company, we can put
Hmm.
humans to do it. But if
Absolutely.
it's 20 million responses, of course, no matter how many humans you put it, it's totally hard. Of course, an
It's
AI should be in place to track, the sentiments of the text review, etc. That's what I feel.
abs- absolutely. So this was the actual problem there. So the problem we identified when we went to these companies, they said, okay, I have 5 people helping with me out, but I have 20 million data. 5 people can only manually categorize on Excel how many responses? Maybe 20,000, 25,000, or 30,000 a month. So they had to make decisions on what are their customers expecting only from those 30,000, 30K data instead of that 20 million data that they had. And they could
Interesting.
not expand the team. If they expand the team, they'll need at least 200 to 300 people doing this, right? And it takes a lot of money, if I would say, a lot of manual effort, right? So, so that is the problem that came to us. That okay, Tanuj, Rajiv, you guys are working on surveys. Can you figure out that how can we get this text data and analyze it and see what are those top 5 or 10 trends coming out of this data? Can you make something like this? That is where the machine learning came and the AI came. So we thought, okay, let's solve this problem by tagging the data through machines rather than humans. So I'll explain later that how we are solving it. And so I just wanted to make you guys understand that how big that problem is that we are solving.
Yes, truly.
And then the other part that comes in, it's not just surveys, right? People are writing on Twitter, on Instagram about Uber, right? About different banks. They're writing, and they're also writing about competition. So one of the customers said that if you are able to do this on surveys, can you do it on my chatbot conversations that I have? Can you do in the app store ratings that I get? Can you do it on the Facebook reviews I get? Because everything is text. So does it matter to you if it's survey or not? And we took up that challenge as well to fix it. So
Wow.
now the product is coming there, and I'll show you in a bit. The
This
third
is
part,
this is
yeah,
more bigger problem than I totally imagined. Like Play Store reviews, Facebook pages, Twitter. Oh my God, this is just uh, huge loads of unlimited data, and companies don't know what to do with this kind of data.
absolutely. So and like we mentioned, our mission is to make every feedback actionable, right? That is why what we want to do. We want to make that data actionable for the companies. So let's go on to the third problem. Now, let's suppose, Minank, you have
Yeah.
all this data with you, right? You have that Facebook data, survey data, you have everything with you, but the data is huge. Now, one, you have to still analyze it, even though the companies like us can give you dashboards, right? Can give you analytics, but you still have to read that data and make sense. Okay, this is what's going on. This is what's going wrong. I need to fix this. I need to tell other teams that this needs to be done. So CX teams also analyzes this data, and which is like 20 million feedback. And the problem that comes with analyzing this much data, it takes days to make sense of it. So our third problem that we want to solve, that is for the future, that is our vision. That can we see this data and make summary out of it? That you just look at the summary and you know what are the things that need to be done. This is like our future vision of the company, where we want to go. We want to summarize that analytics as well,
It's
and we'll get there.
fascinating. It's fascinating what the future holds for us. I
Yeah.
mean, I can already imagine, like, okay, 20 million summaries, 20 million data, nice. I'm just reading one piece of paper. Okay. Okay, so this and this and this. Great. Team, now let's get to action. We need to do
Yeah.
this, we need to do this, done. I mean, that
Absolutely.
is so awesome.
Yeah. So
On a
so
scale,
we'll
if it's
get
done.
there.
Wow.
Yeah, it definitely will be done because we know what the future holds. So the first thing which we have, the phase one about getting all this three problems solved, was a CX survey platform, right? Which we have launched, like we launched around 8 9 months ago in Indonesia, and now we are launching with PitchGround so that we can have a global expansion, right? Other people use it. They tell us the feedback, what things needs to be improved, because the product is still, even though it's been 8 9 months, it's still new, right? That's what I feel. So that is the one phase that is going live today. The second phase is conversation analytics, which is text analysis, which I told you. The first version of it will go live in January, and we want to hope that we will launch that too with PitchGround, Minak. So that phase is already under, you would say, construction mode, and now it will be live. The first version of it will be live only with text analysis in January, and then slowly in March you'll see sentiment analysis. Then you'll see integrations with Google Sheets, chatbots like Intercom, Freshdesk, and stuff. That's how slowly and slowly it will go ahead. And the third piece, which I told you about, the summary part, once these two phases are absolutely really good, working all the problems, then the third piece will start. So we are thinking about, like, it will definitely take an year for us to build a really useful platform of conversation analytics, and then we can think about going to the summary bit. So that is how the vision of the company will, and the problems that we are going to solve move forward. Does it make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about our current clients. So they are mostly in Indonesia. So apart from, I think, Wipro and BMW, I don't know if there are anyone in the call today from Indonesia. So these are the clients which are already using us. But if you can see by the names, these are all enterprise clients. And we once we started this company NeuroSensum, we knew some of these clients already and the problems that they are facing. So once we launched our product, these were the first people who we got to, that okay, the first problem is solved. Let's see how you guys can use it. So that's how our first clients were enterprises once we launched it 9 months back. Then the other part which just recently came in during the COVID part, one bank and Wipro, who were already using SCX, they said, can we measure employee engagement as well? Because the times are tough. So the EX part came in. Then, if I talk about conversation analytics, which is text analysis, so we did our first pilot with DBS in around March this year. We started it, and since then we it was a kind of like a custom product, I would say, not as a DIY that everyone can use itself. And then while we did it for DBS, the really huge e-commerce company like Tokopedia, super popular in Southeast Asia, came to us and, can you do this for us as well? And then we, another bank which were working for EX with us and CX, they said, can you do conversation analytics for us as well? So that's how slowly we have built some user base, I would say, and some of the clients are really helping us as well in giving us the product feedback. But all Indonesia for now.
Awesome.
Okay, so let's talk about why PitchGround. Okay, so the first thing is we just love their team and enthusiasm. I think everyone who's listening to this video today knows how good Minank, Udit have been, because I have spoken to them mostly, how energetic they are and how responsive they are in a moment. So one of the things was for choosing PitchGround is this. The second thing which they really help people with, one part is helping founders in product launches, getting some initial feedback, some initial users. And the other part that they get for other founders or other people in the community, they help them get awesome deals for lifetime. Number three, they have built an excellent community of people willing to help and try out new products. So the people who have already signed up for our platform now, they already got connected to me on LinkedIn and have been really, really supportive. So this is why PitchGround. And if I talk about what's in it for us, the first thing, as I mentioned, is global expansion of our product. So we have figured out the product market fit in Indonesia. Now we want to expand. The second, we want to cater to the needs of small and medium businesses in different markets so that everyone can use the product like a DIY, a do it yourself. Because with enterprises, currently we were helping them out. Now we want to see how a DIY model works for us. The third part would be gather feedback on the current platform, which is a DIY, understand more problems related to customer feedback, which we can add them as a part of product roadmap. So to be honest, these are the things that we joined PitchGround. You know?
Yep. And I totally agree with you. And I'm definitely going to cut out the part of this and post it on our social media. Like, this is what Tanuj has to say about PitchGround and everything.
Absolutely. No, it's true. So that is the reason
Thank you
for
so
posting
much.
it out there. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And it wouldn't be possible without our lovely community who's been watching this webinar right now. All the people and sending us love, Satyaraju, etc. Everyone. And if you're watching this, guys, leave a comment below, leave an emoji, etc. That you're watching us, and thank you for supporting us. So
Absolutely.
let's continue with the presentation.
Yeah. So then we talk about pricing. So we put out a plan for once we had to launch it, that okay, these are the pricing that will work for small and medium enterprises. So it was around $49 a month for a starter pack, where you get two projects as NPS CSC with automatic dashboards, 5 custom surveys, 2000 responses per month, 3 team members, and workflows, and some integrations. So integration is something that we are adding right now. We'll talk about the product roadmap as well. So it was about $49 a month, so around $588 in an year. But since PitchGround, we have given a deal for a lifetime for some users to for $97 for the startup plan. If I talk about the professional plan, it has more surveys, more number of responses, it has open API access, it has better integrations as well. And there's something that we are going to release in January, which is customized dashboards. So the people who will be purchasing this plan, they will get that as a part of this plan as well. So it will be around $197 for lifetime, and I hope whoever purchases this never regrets it.
Absolutely. Even we expect the same. And we're constantly asking for feedback, guys. If you're using the product, we would love to know how you're using the product,
Absolutely.
what kind of uses you have done, etc.
Right. So some of the people already started helping me on Minang, and like on the first 2 3 days, I have 5 people speaking with me already, even though they have used it for like a couple of times. So it has been a lovely response, I think, and we'll definitely get a lot of feedback, and we'll make a lot of improvements so that the people who are with us, we help them grow as well
Absolutely.
together.
We
Yeah.
can. We will.
Yeah, absolutely. So, any questions on this from anyone else?
No, it's just engagement, emojis, etc. That's are coming our way.
Awesome. Then I talk about support. So for email, if I talk about email, you can use support at SurveySensum.com. It will directly reach to me and one of our customer success managers. And will I say that we can reply within 24 hours, but I assure you we'll reply much earlier than that. If I talk about chat support, um, I'm up at 8 and I sleep at 12 a.m. So I'm available for whole 16 hours of the day. I'll try to still be available from 12 to 8 a.m. IST time. You just try us on chat and you'll see that how supportive we will be. If I talk about the team, so Rajiv is our CEO, also the founder. Tanuj, I already told you. So he's NK. We call him NK. So he's our customer experience head. He's the person who knows most about the CX domain, I would say. Uh, Fika, she's from Indonesia and she heads the business development. Amit is our CTO. You can out to him on LinkedIn. Any kind of queries is always available. Girdhari, he is our head of marketing who invited us to this awesome community, PitchGround. So that's about
Awesome.
the
We love
business.
you, Giridhari, for that.
And then, okay, I think after this, I would, instead of showing you the presentation, I would love to go on the platform itself. But let's wait for some questions, if any.
Guys, if you have any questions regarding the presentation, regarding the product, what it does, you know, about customer surveys, the what problem this product is solving for you, etc., then you're always welcome in the comment section down below. We have comments all coming in from everywhere. Yes. So I guess people just want to, look at the demo once. So why don't we proceed with the
No,
demo?
no worries. Just give me one moment.
Sure.
I'll stop sharing for a bit.
Yep.
Uh,
Totally all right. And guys, for those who are watching this webinar right now, if you stick till the end, we have a special surprise for you. That's right. We have a special surprise for you guys who are sticking till the end. And yes, until then, do engage in the comment section. The comment section is yours, guys.
okay, just a moment. Here it is.
The
Okay,
engagements
so
have suddenly increased when I spoke about surprise. Pretty interesting. Everyone's just heart reacting to it. Heart react to it, guys, and I'll choose one of you. Definitely for the heart reacts, guys. I love it. That's why.
okay.
So
So
yes,
can you guys see my screen?
absolutely. Until then, we got a question. It's
Sure.
like, can we use this like type form?
Uh, in what sense?
So Typeform is basically a product that sends surveys. Let's
Absolutely.
say you conducted an event or something for 10 people, and after the event, you try to send a survey to these 10 people. Or
Right.
maybe you're doing a webinar and you try to collect details from these people. And you
Absolutely.
so you send a customized survey like Google Forms or etc. So Typeform is just an
Right.
alternative to Google Form.
Yep. So I know everything about time form, so that's okay. So
Sure.
what I wanted to understand is what is the question about how we can use. So because see, there's one difference if I talk about Typeform and us. So they focus on they're really good. They focus on forms. They focus on quick surveys. Our value proposition is mostly about customer experience, employee experience, text analytics and stuff, right? So the difference that you would see in this platform, you'll be able to do what you do on Typeform, but you'll be able to also do see automatic dashboards for CX metrics like NPS, CS, CSAT, star rating, employee experience. This is something which Typeform doesn't do. So I think different people we go after. Typeforms goes up for different teams, and we are focused mostly on CX, CX part. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so the
you can
audience
do.
base
Yeah,
changes totally.
absolutely. So the audience base is different. Okay.
Yeah.
So any other question or?
No.
Oh, perfect. So let's start about from creating a survey. So this is where you land in once you sign up on the platform. You see all your surveys here. You won't see the surveys when you are first joining. It's just a demo account that I created, and then you'll what the first step that I we would want you to do and you would love to do is create a survey. So once you click on creating a survey, you see a bunch of templates. Uh, NPS, a star rating, like we mentioned about Uber, a customer effort score, a CSAT, and this is something that we have done custom. Then you see something about employee experience as well, but this comes in a different plan. So what you guys are going to see is about customer experience for now, or you can start from scratch, like a survey that you guys mentioned. You can do in a different platform as well. So let's go ahead with creating our NPS survey. Okay, once you click on NPS, you just have to name it. If you want to, you can pick a language and you just click on create. It takes you to a screen where you see the question which is already there, and it asks you to just set up the survey. So first, before we begin, what I would like to do, let's make this about PitchGround, Minak.
Absolutely.
So I'll click on setup after that. So let me repeat that again. So it points you the finger that okay, you need to do this. Uh, then what I can do is just upload logo. Making or like uploading a logo actually makes more sense in the way that people recognize the brand when they're taking the survey as well, right? So we can upload a logo here. We can normally in NPS you won't change this, but it is changeable. Then the other cool part is once you have an NPS survey, like Minanka told you, the
Yeah.
other question that normally we ask is what is the primary reason for your score to get that open-ended data, right? So in NPS, you can do that by just using this default question, or you can make a custom follow-up question according to the score people gave in. So let's suppose a person gave 9 or 10 rating to the pitch ground. So this is the question that we are going to ask them. Please tell us what you like most about our product or service. The second thing, if a person gives you a rating of 7 or 8, we ask them, how can we improve your experience? Right? And
Yes.
if they give you a rating about 0 to 6, which is called as detractors in NPS term, we ask them, what was missing or disappointing in your experience with us? Right? So it's about framing this question in a way that people give absolutely relevant answers. So sometimes our clients want use custom follow-up questions instead of default what is the primary reason for your score. So that is a simple way how you can set it up. If you want to share the survey after this, you are ready. Actually everything is ready for you. You just have to click on share and go ahead. But since we are giving a live demo and people would want to know more stuff, so we'll go to the other section. So I'll go to the design part. It's about creating something like changing the design. So if I click on modify here, I want to customize the design basis on what are the colors that I want to use. So let's suppose I have to first of all put a logo, another logo that will give me a moment. Yeah. So if I want to put a logo like this, Minank, so every question you ask, you'll see a logo always there. It's kind of like a theme. So in every question that you ask, it will be there. This was just for the first question, but this will stay with the theme forever. Then we talk about questions like if you want to change the font. So what is the color that you use? Mostly, is it this one, Minak?
Um, the text is usually black, but
That,
answers. Oh, since SurveySensum is blue, let's make it blue.
okay, perfect. So let's make it blue. And then we can change the button color in the end as well. Since you said service sensum is blue, let it be like that. And if we want to, we can upload a different color logo in the background. We want to change the background, although it doesn't look good at all. I will not change it.
No way.
But
No.
then if anyone wants to put a background image, they can do that. So it's something that can be done in here in the theme. And sometimes our customers have asked us, I don't want this back button to look like this. Can it be like this? Because this is the next or previous button that people can use. And you just then have to save the theme and you're ready to go. The other option that you can set, it's like if you want to disable the back button. So let's suppose this is called survey option. So if you want to disable something, like you don't want people to go back after filling a survey, they can do that. If you want to see the progress bar, you want to take it off, you can do that. You want to allow the partial submission of survey. So let's suppose you have 10 questions and you want only four people, like even if the people answer four questions, you can set it up that it will capture the partial responses as well. And there are bunch of other things that you can do: limit the number of responses, set up the expiration of the survey, things like this. The other feature which we recently added, because once we were working with Wipro, they want to launch the employee experience with 12 languages. So they said 12 countries, 12 languages, we want to do it. How can you make that happen? So one survey, but it can be asked in different languages. So this is what we wanted to add. So let's suppose, because let's talk about Bahasa Indonesia. Why? Because I know that a little bit, guys. Okay. So once we have added other languages, we can actually download the template. It will ask you to put the translations there. So I already created a file, guys. The file will be downloaded like this. It has all the questions in English, and on the right hand side it will say that you can translate these like you want. So any languages there are, they'll be added in another column, and then you just have to translate and upload them. And I'll show you what happens after that. So just let me take you to another survey. So Minank, I created another survey for which I want to show you the languages, because I added another question with the. Do you think the question is okay?
Yeah, how cool is Manang on a scale of 1 to 5? Six. Of course, 6. I was kidding. Yeah, that question is okay.
Okay. So I'll put that translation file that I just showed to you, and I'll show you how the magic happens. So this is generally useful, Minang, for people who are present in multiple countries, and they have different people speaking different languages. So you don't want everyone to pitch in English, right? So
Yes.
if someone wants that, they will use these translations to do that. Just give me a moment. Let me add a language. Bahasa Indonesia. Apply. Import translations. Yeah, I go to editor back and see the language is in English, and the person can choose in Bahasa Indonesia. You see
Wow.
how the language changed. So this is useful if you have an organization or a brand which is available in multiple languages, and people, like in Europe, not everyone speaks English, right?
True.
So you want to give them a chance to choose what kind of language they want to pick the survey in. So as soon as the question starts, it asks you how you want to proceed. So if you pick Bahasa, you can do Bahasa. So
Yes.
that is something cool and useful for people who have presence in multiple countries, because you get better answers when you're speaking to people in the language that they can speak, right?
So this
So
is basically the question the user asked before. Can we use this product like a type form? Of course. I think this is like a type form on steroids, especially with the language feature, etc. that we've added.
absolutely. And like they mentioned about the questions, so there are a lot of questions that you can ask, and there's something which is completely different, which is used mostly for CX people, and you won't find on like a platform like Typeform, because they're different. So the thing is about, let's suppose, mm, I make a question, Minank. How is the present? Please rate us. Please let us know how much do you agree with the following statements. And first statement I put, Minank is awesome. Second, Tanuj is awesome.
Of
Community is awesome. Okay. And
course, the
I just
community
put,
was.
and we put the choices like strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree. So these kind of questions are generally used when you have a couple of statements and you don't want to ask different questions for them, and they can be seen like this. The person can strongly agree, disagree, or neutral. So this is something which is different, and it is used mostly in CX terms when we want to ask about key drivers like this. So this is something, if you guys ask questions where you want all the statements to be come together, this is something that you can use. A great question for that.
True.
So now let's do one thing. Just publish this survey. So one more thing that I want to show you. So we see the preview here, but we can see the preview here as well. It will show you how it looks on the mobile, how it looks on the desktop, and how it looks on the tablet. Then let's move on to the next thing. It's now the survey is all created. Let's go to the share part. Okay. So this WhatsApp and SMS comes with our enterprise planning and this service and some audience as well. If I talk about our current plans, we'll see send email, social media, and QR code for the small. Because for these WhatsApp and SMS, we have to purchase the WhatsApp business number and SMS business number. So it's something different. So, Minank, you tell me, can we share this survey with the audience right now?
I guess this is going to, make them open another tab and they're watching this webinar. So I think we should open this in an incognito window and see how it looks.
Okay, no worries. Why not? Let me open it
But
here.
guys, we'll be sharing a survey like this after this webinar so that you can totally view it. Awesome,
How
guys.
like
Answer with me. How likely you
answer in
are
the
to
comments.
recommend PitchGround to a friend or colleague? 0 to 10, guys. Answer. It's in your hands. Fastest finger first. हो जाए. Oh god. Nice. 10.
And
Please tell us what you like most about PitchGround. You can answer that too in the comment section. Yes, we are getting the scores. Says people are saying 10, 10, 10. Awesome. That is great.
How about this one?
How is Meenank on the scale of 1 to 5? Guys, comment 6. Comment 6. If you comment 6, I'll do a special giveaway for you. Yeah.
Strongly agree.
Yes,
I,
we
I
got
would say
5.
neutral.
Awesome. Community is awesome. Strongly agree. Yes.
Strongly agree. And we submitted. Thank you, everyone.
Nice.
Right?
Yes, we got 6. We got 6. Yep.
Okay, so this is how simple it is, and the other part is like, if you wanna, if you use a CRM, you'll definitely use that link. If you guys don't use a CRM, you wanna use our platform to send emails directly, you can just simply upload your files from here, your contact files, and then send it across. It's as simple as that. If you have created a context list already, like I did for PitchGround, you just do it. Or let's suppose I want to send a survey to Tanuj Diwan directly. I can send it right away or schedule later. Once it's
So
done,
some people are asking, we are getting
sure.
so many comments are like share the link in the
Facebook.
in the comment section. So I will pause your screen for a second. There's a private chat option here in
Sure.
StreamYard. You can share the link for the survey here with me.
Just give me a moment.
So I've
It's here.
paused the screen, so it's all right. Great. So I will share it with the team. You can continue with the,
Done.
awesome. We can totally.
Okay, and then like I told you, we can send an email. We can push this as draft or send it right now or schedule it later. We can do that. Let's do one email. Divan, and you want to make it short, put an image. You want to customize this, save this as a template for the next emails. You can do that, and just click on send now and send. That's it. Once the email is sent, it will come to me. I can fill this up later. If you want to set up reminders as well, because sometimes you need to get response rates. People don't uh, give you surveys in an instant like always, so you can set up reminders as well here. So once you set up a reminder, make sure it's for 1 or 3 days after the first survey is launched. And also the things that you can see once a person replies to the survey, everything, you'll see these numbers coming in. If there is an email bounce, you'll see that too, that the email has bounced. So this is something that you'll come to email summary for, to check all the emails that you have sent before. And if you want to check the summary of other channels, that from the link, like I gave a response from email and this web URL which I did just today, you can see the responses here.
Wow.
Now if there are no questions in the Facebook, I can move on to the next one.
Absolutely. There's just too much engagement, but no questions.
That's okay.
Yeah, there's just too much engagement. Wow. Interesting.
Okay, so let's talk about the workflow. So how workflow helps. So once we talked about NPS, so there's one thing that we didn't talk about at that time. Like, how do you make that feedback more actionable? One is text analysis stuff, which I told you, right? The other part is, Minank, let's suppose someone gives a bad rating right now on NPS, like 0 to 6. What would you like to do to that person?
Maybe reach out to him and ask him the reason for the review.
Absolutely. So, and if you have like 100 customers coming in right now, wouldn't it help that you get an internal notification right away that this person was a detractor or who gave a less rating?
Very interesting. That would be great.
So, so that you can reach out to them. So there are 3 templates for NPS which we have already created. The first one is get notified via email when you have a new survey response. Any survey response, you get notified. The other part is send a thank you email to your respondents when they reply. So you are acknowledging them as well that we have received your survey and we are surely going to act on it. The third is you can turn that on, and I'll tell you why it is giving me this. Get notified by email when there is just a detractor. Like if a person gives a 0 to 6 rating, you just want to get a notification then, Minank. So this is where workflows are so powerful that they help you get those notifications so that you can reach out to customers quickly. So now, because we already shared the survey with people and there are 5 responses who have come in, so it says that you want to receive the notifications for 5 responses which are already there. So I will say yes, I want to receive the notifications for this. And if I want to edit, so by default what it will do, the account from which you log in, it will send a notification to that one. If you want to
Great.
add another account which should use, which should get an email, that's it, save and exit. And you get an email that okay, there is a person who has whose name is this, whose email is this, and the reason for the comment and what is the NPS score that they gave. So we created a template so you don't have to do anything. You just put your email, and if you're using the same email as the account, you don't even have to do that, and everything is ready for you already. So there's nothing that you would want to change. But sometimes what people want, they want to add conditions. Okay, not only this, when someone gives an NPS rating, I want to see if someone gives a rating of 5 to Minank, I want
Hmm.
to get the notification then. It can be another question, right? It's not
Yep.
just the NPS question. If you have added other questions, it will ask you if you at what question you wanna give this rating. So it says your task will be triggered when there is a new response. So a new response comes in. The condition is how cool is Minank and is equal to 5, and send an email notification to cxdemo at neurosensum and also tanush.diman. So it will send a notification to you as soon as someone gives a rating of 5 to Minank in the survey. So this is really powerful and helpful for those people who want to reach out to the customers who have given the feedback. And the good part is next week, most probably by Friday or the other week by Wednesday, once we go live, you'll get an option of sending a Slack notification as well. Everyone uses
Wow.
Slack these times. So you get a response, you get a Slack notification. So we are adding integrations and you will see them here. So the first integration that will come would be from with Slack. uh, as soon as you get a response, you get a notification there. The second would be, because most of startups, even like us, we use intercom, right? So once you're using
Yes.
intercom, you want to send a survey to them in the chat itself once you're ending it, that how was today's experience with you on the chat. So that is the second thing that will come, will integrate with intercom, where you can share survey in the intercom chat screen directly. So these are the two couple of things that you'll see in around 15 to 20 days. Then let's are there any questions, or should we move to the next one, the
So
reporting
there's a
part?
question about integrating with the SMS gateway.
Okay, that can be done as well. But we would have to know which SMS gateway we are talking about. Are there SMS gateway they are using, or they would want to use someone like Amazon service, which we can provide, but that will have an extra cost, guys.
Okay. Yoheshwaran, you can specify what kind of SMS gateway that you want to use, and we will answer it for you.
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
is an SMS gateway called Message 91. Have you heard of it?
I
And
have heard
Text
of it.
Local too.
Okay, I'll make a note, guys. Okay, I'm just making a note. Message 91, right?
Yes, MSG 91 and Text Local.
MSG 91. And sorry, I didn't get the name of the person who asked this question, Minank.
Yoheshwaran.
Yo, hey, sir. Can I reach out to him directly via LinkedIn, Facebook, anywhere, or in the community?
Yes, Yoheshwaran, Tanuj will reach out to you regarding this, and you
Just,
can
just,
talk to
just
him
put a
after the
comment.
webinar.
Yeah, just put a comment there so that I can easily locate you.
Yes, so his comment is would be there, and you will be able to find him.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for that question. Let's move to the next part, which is once you have shared the survey, you have set up the workflow, now you want to see the results, right? So I think people have started giving the results right now.
That
Awesome.
nice. I can see that speedometer kind of dashboard thing.
That shows that it's what is the NPS score. So NPS score is rated on a scale of -100 to 100. So it is
Okay.
actually the percentage of promoters minus percentage of detractors.
Okay.
So this tells you the NPS score, and currently we have received one detractor who has not given any rating. Maybe they were just trying it out, and more out of 83% were promoters of your how likely they are to recommend
Perfect.
PitchGround. Absolutely fine.
Awesome.
Okay, and
Yes.
let me show you a screen where there are more responses though. Okay.
Sure.
So this is actually how it's look like. So you have NPS. You have been taking NPS scores from April to November, right? And you want to see how the NPS score or trend is going up and down during this part. You have made some changes. It went to 100. It went to it went less or 100. So it's just a demo, but I'm explaining you how NPS can be used and see that from this year to next year how we are improving in the NPS scores. So this is can be seen automatically in the trends. Gate chart, the speedometer can show you where you are. If you are in the green zone, that means it's good. Number of promoters, passives, and detractors, it tells you, and it tells you the recent comments that come in. Now if I talk about let's suppose you have added many questions as well, not just NPS, you have added other questions as well. So this survey I was showing you, just it's in Bahasa. That's okay. Uh, so this shows your NPS score question by question. This shows all your comments. Then I added another question in the survey, so this shows it here. So we call it survey metrics, and it gives kind of like question wise distribution of every response, every uh, so every survey question and their average distribution. Then there is a tab called responses. This is actually used for seeing how an individual has rated us. So let's suppose we want to see how Tanuj has rated us. So he has given the rating of 10. In this question, he has given I love the fantastic tools. And for every question, he has given some rating. So that can be seen here in the responses tab. And let's suppose you are giving a test survey and you want to delete it because you were testing it for your own. You can just delete that survey from here, and it will ask you to confirm it. So this is generally used like I am a B2B company, like I am. So we have 30-35 clients, and I want to see what individual has responded to me. So that is where it's definitely helps, this individual responses. And you don't have to export the data in a CSV, which you can if you want to, but you can see it all here. Then the last part in the report section is the comments, where we see the comments of every person. If there are more than one question, we can just pick the drop down and see the comments of other person. So I'm sorry guys, this is in Bahasa because I was showing you a demo where there were more comments. So maybe you are not able to understand the question part, but this is how it looks like.
Yep.
Any questions on this, guys? And these templates, these automatic dashboards are there for NPS, CES, CSAT, and star rating. And I'll show you in the roadmap when it's going to come for employee experience as well.
Absolutely. So there's a user called Venkatesh, and he's an HR professional. So
Mhm.
I've been speaking to him since morning, telling him about different softwares, and he's saying this software is much better than what I thought it can do. Really impressive, etc.
That's so
Venkatesh,
nice, sir. Thank you so
yes,
much, Venkatesh. You
yep,
use it and you give me more feedback, Venkatesh.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So
So,
so let's go to what the future holds. So this will be a different plan, but I'll this is the text analysis part that we are talking about. So let me show you how ultimately it will look like. So these will be the comments here, comment section, Minang. So everyone that who has commented will be shown here. And what our platform will do, it will first get some initial training. That's why it says train comments. So you start adding some tags here like features, finance, usability, bugs, account, and you keep on tagging these in those comments. So once you start doing text analysis, the machine has to learn that how you want to tag that data. So what you do, you make some categories, we call them tags, and then add them tags here. So once you keep on doing it, once you do it for like one category, like a product experience in 5 tags, it will automatically start predicting the next ones. This is where the data predictions comes in. So you just do that tagging, you train the machine, and it tells you what are the next tags automatically. And let's suppose it also shows you what is the accuracy level that you are coming at. So currently, let's suppose you tagged 4 comments for one category like product experience, and it says it's just 50% accuracy. So you tag some more comments and you'll see this accuracy building up, and the manual effort in like 15 days to 20 days time, once you have played with it completely, will simply just go away. So that the 20 million data thing that we were talking about, you just have to tag some of the data like in the first day, and you will start seeing predictions live then and there. So and you can improve the accuracy of these comments and tags every time by doing this manually. If the comment is not predicted correctly, you can just tag that data again, and the machine will learn, and next time it won't make the same mistake. So that's how the machine learning actually works, and that's how this tagging analysis will work.
awesome.
So so this is all about text analysis. uh, any questions, anyone, on this?
So there have been, you know, praises about the UX. of the survey. Yoheshwaran is also liking the user experience, etc. How simple it is. I'm praising it. Thank you, Yoheshwaran. Glad you like it.
Thank you so much. Okay, so this is about text analysis. I'll tell you just a gif about it. So how it's going to work once the training has been done. So it will show you that if these are the total number of conversations, what are the top 10 topics that are coming in, so that you don't have to read the data manually and comments. Once you are done with it, it will train it, it will automatically start predicting and give you analysis like this, and also give you the analysis of sentiment. This will come around March, but the first thing that will come and you guys will see is the top topics that are coming in. And slowly, because we built this product as a custom product, it's huge. It took us a lot of time, but it's not a DIY. For a DIY, the first thing that you'll see is top tags and topics. And how you are going to see it is like this. That's the first topic. You see the overall sentiment, you see the overall comment. These are the most 18% of the people say that they have post purchase concerns, and the sentiment is negative and very negative. So that means that is a cause of a worry, right, Minank? So
Mhm.
that is how it's going to work and show you the value that post purchase concerns, live chat disconnected, these are some of the common issues that people are facing. Please fix it, and then definitely you will see your NPS rating go up, you'll see your user retention go up. That is where it will help the CX teams, product teams, marketing teams, and service teams. This which will come live in January. It won't be a part of this plan. We might launch another deal with PitchGround for that.
Awesome.
But it
Awesome.
will be a part of the product. Anyone wants to upgrade, they can do it. Okay.
Absolutely.
And yeah, any questions, or should we move to the roadmap?
Yes, let's move to the roadmap because we are running short of time as well.
Definitely. So for people who wanna, so I got a lot of questions from the people who joined even before this webinar, that what kind of integrations and when they are going to come. So we have already started working, guys. The first thing, like I told you, is Slack, which is going to come in the next week, or the just on around Monday the other week. Then Intercom, Salesforce, HubSpot. That is how the integrations are going to work with. And then there's something, I received a request from one of those 5 users that they want to integrate with Active Campaign as well. So I would love to know people, whoever joins our platform, in the chat window, open the chat window and just ask what kind of integration search you need, so that we can put that as a part of the roadmap. So one request that I received was Active Campaign, and they were okay with Zapier integrated with Active Campaign. So we'll work on this with them. uh, the other part that keeps on coming, which is like a regular, is feature requests from existing clients and PitchGround community members. So there will be a lot of feature requests, so we'll give some time from the tech team to figure out on that, how we can put those in the next, like we are in November now, till March we'll keep on doing it, and it will extend as well. That one thing that will come for the people who will be using $197 plan is custom reports and dashboard, where it is helpful. So currently we just see automatic dashboard, right? The NPS one. So let's suppose you add 10 questions and you want to break
Oh,
down, let's
yeah.
suppose a question of how cool was Minak, or 1 to 5, with uh, the people who are coming from which country. So how you can analyze that data and put across in the dashboard is something very powerful, and will be, has been asked to us for around 20-25 clients that have been using us in Indonesia. So this is something that we'll be adding up in the 3 months, and it will come as a DIY plan for the people who purchase the 197 one. The other request that keeps on coming is mobile SDK. I think it came on the Facebook comment as well, where once you launched it, Minank.
Yeah.
So that is something we have planned around Jan to March, that will be worked upon. And unless the priority comes so much that we have to delay some of the integrations, that we focus on this, but currently it stays that way. Employee engagement survey template, like we had an HR person who asked it. So like we NPS CSC said, we have we would have a dashboard for employee engagement as well till end of December. Then there's other thing that keeps on coming to us is about one is the mobile SDK, and the second is pop-up surveys inside the website. So that the requests are a little lower than the mobile SDK, so we can prioritize one or the other depending on how many users want to use this one or this one. So that will be dependent. We'll be listening to our customers already and the pitch ground community members who will take up the deal, and will decide on which one will go first. uh, then the other thing that we are going to add in around Jan and March is sorry, did anyone ask any question, Minank?
Nope. They were
Okay,
just about the integrations, but we can finish this and get on the questions. So
done. So then recurring service, you want to automatically set up recurring service so that you don't even have to do uh, create survey, like send survey again and again. That will come around end of March. If in terms of text analysis, like I told you, the first thing that will come around January would be just for surveys, text analysis for surveys. The second part that will come will be where you can upload the chatbot conversations, email conversations, and app reviews as well. Then the third part would be about sentiment, as I mentioned, and then we'll integrate with Google Sheets, Intercom Chat, Zendesk Chat, Freshdesk Chat, or other chat platforms that will come with, so that the integrations, the text data is automatically comes into SurveySensum and it can start analyzing. And then there is a model that we have received requests from some SaaS companies about, that to get better accuracy, I don't want to tag any data at all. Can you create a model for SaaS companies where some of the topics are already tagged and trained, so that comments started flowing in and tagging automatically happens, that you don't have to even do one thing in that, no manual tagging at all. So this is something that we are working on for SaaS, and slowly will build for e-commerce and different industries. So that's it. If I talk about the roadmap for the next 6 months, I will keep on updating this, and if someone needs a copy or anything, I can share it with them.
absolutely. And guys, this is a community driven roadmap. So if you as a community vote for a particular feature over there, then that feature would be prioritized over the other features that are scheduled to launch.
Absolutely.
And people are saying exciting. People are already commenting what all integrations do they need. They are like, we want integration with ConvertKit. It's also
Okay.
an email marketing platform like Active Campaign,
Active
and
campaign.
people also want integration with Pably. Pably is like the Zapier alternative.
Okay.
So
Just
Yoheshwaran,
as
Anuj
a
will reach out to you, and the comments are all here. It's not going anywhere. So yes, we will take a note from all the comments that we are receiving.
absolutely. We'll take the notes and I'll reach out to each member personally. Maybe it will take till tomorrow to reach out, but I'll definitely reach out, guys.
100%. So
Okay.
guys, if you have any questions, let us know in the comment section down below. And I guess it's time for the surprise, the major reveal that we've all been waiting for. And the reveal is that one among you guys is going to win the SurveySensum lifetime deal. You have explored the how the tool works, what the tool has in place right now. And right now, I'll just, tell the name of the person who's winning this lifetime deal. So, guys, whoever is watching this webinar, if you want to participate in this, leave a number between 1 to 10. I'll pick a winner randomly who's going to win this LTD. That's right. 1 to 10, totally random. The person who's going to win this LTD tonight, he's just walking away with this LTD for free. So Yoheshwaran says 9. Come on, guys, whoever is watching this right now, comment a number between 1 to 10, and you, if you're lucky, you'll be winning the SurveySensum lifetime deal directly right now. And after this webinar, by tomorrow, I'll reach out to you personally, getting your email ID, and then getting you SurveySensum. You know, that's that. So we have Facebook user saying 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 8. Oh my God, this is amazing. So basically, what Tanuj is like, there's a lag of 2 minutes between what is coming here and what is streaming on Facebook. So let's wait for
Okay.
people to
No worries.
finish that, and we will do the giveaway live. Only one comment, guys. No two comments, please. I see two comments, but please only one comment. There are no multiple entries to this. Whatever comment, I can totally see in the dashboard what all comments you're doing. So your first comment would be taken into consideration, not the second comment. So if you're commented once, it's all right. I can see 8, 7, 8, 8, 8. Oh my god. Looks like we will have multiple winners. But yes. Don't we have first comment wins? Yoheshwaran is like, just wants to grab this LTD somehow. I know it, Yoheshwaran. I know. You are super excited for this. And because he is the first commenter as well. Yes. So I'm sharing my screen right now and
Okay.
will announce the winner. Awesome. So we have this pickerwheel.com and
Oh,
we're just
just
gonna spin the wheel and one of you is going to win this. Can you see this, Tanuj, if it's like
yes.
clear?
Yeah, I can.
Perfect. The
Let's
minimum
go.
number is 1, the maximum number is 10. Let's spin the wheel.
Like everyone
Who
talked
is
about it,
winning?
so
Who is
everyone gave a
winning?
better rating.
Okay, number 10. Let's see who did number 10 right now. Um, okay.
There are many people.
Okay, so we have Satya, we have Anuj, who has won this. Yes, Anuj Guleria.
Anuj is the
As,
winner.
yes. So,
Awesome.
Anuj, you'll get your LTD right now. I mean, I'll reach out to you and you're gonna get this LTD. But, but I just don't want to end it with one giveaway. One giveaway was a surprise. I'm just gonna do a multiple giveaway right now, and two of you guys are gonna win this. So one winner is announced. That's Anuj, and the second winner, I'm just gonna choose randomly between the comments. Since the highest engaged user is Yoheshwaran, and the first comment is also Yoheshwaran,
He deserves it.
he deserves it. So Yoheshwaran, congratulations. You have won the lifetime deal of SurveySensum, and we'll reach out to you personally. Who and now he's feeling lucky. That's right. In Google Pay, you don't feel lucky, but on PitchGround webinars with SurveySensum, you are definitely lucky. Congratulations, Yoheshwaran and Anuj. You both won the lifetime deal of SurveySensum.
Awesome.
Awesome. I'll be distributing the codes by tomorrow, max by 24 hours. And thank you so much for participating in the giveaway. And Venkatesh, you're feeling sad. It's all right. We have trivia the next webinar that's coming up, and you already won the code for it. So I would love to, for you to test it out and give us feedback. Yes, Yoheshwaran says thanks a lot, Tanuj, and you know,
One more thing I want to add,
yeah,
because see, the only way a product manager improves their product is once they receive the feedback, and it's not just about we are in customer experience platform, but that's how we improve, like everyone. So I don't know everyone's name. I'm very live on LinkedIn. I have shared in the chat. If I don't know if some everyone can see it, can you post my LinkedIn profile, Minank, if that's possible? I
sure,
would
sure.
like to I've got two names which I definitely remember, Yoheshwaram and Venkatesh. So if you guys can add me up, otherwise I'll definitely find you out on LinkedIn, so that I would love to have give you a demo and understand from you that how is the product when you're using it and things like this. So it will definitely help us improve. Yeah.
Yes. So uh, I'll share my screen once again, and That's Tanuj's LinkedIn profile. You can see on the screen. You can contact him ASAP. And regarding any kind of feedback for SurveySensum, if you want a demo, etc. And regarding the giveaway for people who have won, I remember their names. That's Anuj and Yoheshwaran. You're going to. I'll be personally contacting you guys both to give you a code for SurveySensum. And I can't wait to contact you guys and give you the code. So, yep, that's basically that.
Awesome.
Yes, people are like, sure, Tanuj will ping you on LinkedIn, sure, etc. Awesome. This was a highly,
Mm.
highly
Nice
engaged
to hear
webinar, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed
that.
it.
Thanks to you.
Immense support. There's so many heart reactions from Yoheshwaran, of course, and Satya, Ramchandra, everyone. I mean, who are watching this webinar, who have stayed till the end. Thank you so much for watching
Thank you so
this
much.
webinar. Yes,
Thank you so much
people
for
are like,
giving
they've
us
already
time,
sent you
guys.
the request. Awesome. They're fast. We pitch grounders are really fast. Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let me
Awesome.
add like everyone right now. Yeah.
Awesome. Tanuj, is there any last words before we end this webinar?
I think if like the most important thing is if anyone is new to like customer feedback domain or anything new they want to learn, they want to read something or they want to understand something like how I can take the service from my customer and everything, I'll be able to help. They can add me on LinkedIn. The other part is it's a new product, guys. Use it. Even if it's a bad feedback, give it to me. That's how we can improve. So and we'll make sure that the request that you're coming in will put these as a part of the roadmap if it aligns with the vision that we have, making customer feedback actionable. So anything else, any kind of support you need, I'm available on LinkedIn. You just chat me out. You want my phone number, anything, we can discuss it there, and we can see how we can help you guys listen to your customer feedback and make better decisions on it.
Awesome. Awesome. And with this, let's wrap up today's webinar. And guys, I'll see you in the next webinar where we'll be playing a game. That's right. So, thank you so much for watching this webinar and engaging with this webinar. This was really fun. And this was the very first time I did that spin wheel thing. I was like, okay, is this going to really work? I'm glad it worked.
That was
So, yes,
nice.
Rishi says amazing webinar. Thank you so much, Rishi. And I'm glad you
Thank you,
liked it.
Rishi.
Glad you guys all
So let me
loved it.
tell
I
you,
can sleep peacefully right.
Rishi is the person behind the text analysis.
Oh, perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Glad you liked it, Rishi. And if and we're asking for genuine feedback from you guys. Not like, hey, just give us 5 stars because we are giving a code. Nothing like that, okay? Honest, genuine feedback, what you feel about the product after using it. If you feel this particular thing is hard, particular thing needs to be changed, we're all ears. And
Yes.
that's why Tanuj has given his LinkedIn uh, profile to you. Reach out to him, chat with him, send him all the features, etc. And yes.
Yep.
Thank you so much for watching this webinar. And for
Thank
people
you so
living
much.
in India and the Asian subcontinents, have a great evening, good night. And for people living in the US who are watching this webinar, have a great day. See ya, guys. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you so much.